integration, and that's the journey we've been on in Scotland now for almost 20 years.
Hear, hear.
We amalgamated some trusts after devolution. We got rid of hospital trusts in 2004, got rid of primary care trusts in 2009, and had the health side run by health boards, which are statutory bodies carrying out area health and social care planning for a population. The integration between health, which is free, and social care, which is means-tested, was passed in legislation and introduced in 2014. And I would warn members in the House, it is much more difficult than integrating the NHS itself. The NHS in England has become really fragmented, and it's important to actually put that back together first before integrating it with social care. What it stops is the arguments between acute care and social care about which purse the money will come out of to look after a particular patient. Because there does have to be money in the purse to start with. In Scotland, we spend £163 a head more on health and £113 a head more on elderly social care. You need the money to provide the service. And Scotland is the one place in the United Kingdom where we provide free personal care because we think it's cost-effective as a way of allowing people to stay at home. So the Minister says that, yes, these will be statutory bodies and it is unlikely that it will be private companies. But if that's what the government believes, then put it in legislation, because it removes any doubt and it removes any concern. The response to the consultation says, and I quote, "Further requirements around financial controls, transparency and accountability will be required before the ICP contract will be available for use." So when will that be? Will it actually be before contracts are put out? And the transparency is critical. If any private companies are running ICPs, they'll hide behind commercial sensitivity and they will not be open to freedom of information. And that's something that would be unacceptable. What about their contracting, which is mentioned in this SI? Will Section 75 be revoked so that we don't have a replay of what happened in Surrey, of commissioners trying to bring the new contract back to the NHS and being sued by Virgin for over £2 million as they settled out of court? If outsourcing continues, then fragmentation rather than integration will continue. Will tariffs be abandoned? Because they reward admission to hospital, whereas the aim of this is to try to support people at home. And how will the components of an ICP between the main acute hospital, a small cottage hospital and social care or community services actually be funded? It may all sound very good if it's a gentleman's agreement, but if one part of that system is going to go bankrupt because the financing system hasn't been changed, then all bets will be off and all cooperation will disappear. Social care is critical to this, and Age UK say well over 1 million people are not getting the social care they need. It is necessary that these ICPs deliver prevention, early treatment, chronic disease management, acute care, mental health and social care and end of life. That's a lot of different players to bring together. And it is important that the government recognise the Health and Social Care Act fragmented and blew apart the whole system. For integration to work, they need to admit it failed, bring back proper legislation and actually put the system back together in a way that is wrapped around the patient. Patient-centred care, not budget-centred care.
Sarah Newton.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. Now, promoting integrated health and care services for my constituents in Cornwall has been a